Well, you'd think that the last week of this tournament should just be renamed and called Chennai Checks In, because they're here. It's a bit too late, but they're here. The party's almost done. You're turning the chairs over on the tables. The waiters are cleaning down the tables. And suddenly here these guys are, whoa, let's party. Not to be, though. They're out of the tournament. Mathematically almost out of the tournament, but they're out of the tournament. And here they are, told to bat first by Rishabh Pant, 208 for the loss of 6 wickets. Devon Conway, the late addition to the top order, who's on fire. Rituraj Gaikwad has found his form again. Shivam Dubey comes back into the 11 today, and he hits a quick wide 32 of 19. And of course, there is the story of MS Dhoni. Hi, I'm Gaurav Kapur. This is Cricbuzz Live. Got Michael Vaughan joining us from the UK. Shaun Pollock here from South Africa. I just want to say, Vaughanie, just one thing. There was a slightly older wicketkeeper in age. I'm not saying aged. An old wicketkeeper in the first game who got 30 of 8, and we were raving about that. There's a slightly older wicketkeeper than that who's got 21 of 8 today. Should he be on the plane to Australia as well? Stop it. Stop it. Naughty.
Well, I actually think he will be on the plane, because I reckon India will probably use him as a mentor or to have him around the camp. So he probably will. I think Chennai and Mumbai now are the two teams that no one wants to play.
Yeah.
Because they're full of experience. They've got, obviously, quality in their ranks, and they can just have a right good go. They've just had a tremendous go, scoring 208. It's the 4th time they've got past 200 in this year's IPL. So mathematically they can't qualify, but you kind of look at who's got to play Chennai and Mumbai around that kind of, that awkward position in the table, and you just won't want to play them because of that quality that we've just seen.
With Polly with a 110-run opening partnership, you can pretty much do whatever you want with your batting order after that, right?
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised by some of the combinations there. Having the two left-handers at the crease didn't quite make sense to me, but you can. I mean, Dubey played a fantastic knock at that ground not so long ago before he got injured. So maybe there was just good vibes about sending him to the middle. But as we said at the halfway show, and as Vaughan said, I mean, they're just playing with freedom. There's no fear factor there. DC have to come out and chase, and they've got massive thought process. Can they get 2 or 8? It's a really big call to try and chase that down. And then they've also got to think, well, if we go hard and we lose a lot of wickets and get bowled out cheaply, that's net run rate, which could come into play. Do we need to somehow make sure we do, if we don't get there, we have to get as close as we possibly can. So tournament pressure, the scoreboard pressure. Whereas for Chennai, they'll just come out and try and express themselves with the ball as well. So they're in a good position, and I think that's a formidable total.
Yeah, they got to get the points first, I guess. So I don't think they're going to be playing to get close. I think they'll be playing for the win, because that's what they need. We've seen the points table before. It's quite dodgy for Delhi. If they don't win this game, they kind of tend to get a little left behind. But let's just talk for a second about Devon Conway. I keep calling him Convoy. I don't know why. He just drives in one car. He just drives one car alone. It's not like he comes in 3 cars. But with Conway, no 3 cars, but 350s back to back. So he's got the stretch limo out for Chennai.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player. He's got all the game. He plays the quickies well. He's quick on his feet and nimble against the spinners. He's got the sweep options. He's got the dance down and launch over cow corner option. He can smash it through extra cover. And he looks like a player that's really driven, really kind of compact in his mindset, that he's desperate for runs. I always look at the real quality players, and they just love scoring runs. Doesn't matter what the format, they rock up, and their job is to score runs. And Devon Conway's all right. My job's to score runs. He just looks like a really good pro to have in your side. And whatever the form, I mean, when he came and played in the UK in Test cricket and opened the bat, he's the best opener I've seen in England in terms of Test cricket for years and years. Wow. He played the moving ball, broad and as well as I've seen anybody. So it doesn't surprise me that he's kind of just reacted to the white ball game. He's just reacting to the T20 game. He can clearly play, and he's got a great brain to go with it. So he's been a great addition to move to that top of the order for Chennai. A bit too late. Could have done it earlier, but it's worked.
Polly, are you starting a petition in South Africa to call him back?
Yeah, there's a few of those guys who wouldn't mind back. But I think it's just as we talk about risk factor. I mean, the shots he plays are relatively risk-free. A lot of them are just normal orthodox cricket shots. You know, he's got his reverse sweep and sweep, but even those ones, I mean, he's so competent at playing it. There's few better around the world with regards to the positions they get in and how he plays it. And that's what makes him so effective. And also that brilliant ability, just if he feels like there's nothing on, just to dead bat it 2 or 3 meters away from him and get through for the single. He's got that art as well and runs well between the wickets. So he's a good package, and always left-handers, you know, you're always looking for a combination of left-hander, right-hander. So that has been the key. I think it is challenging, particularly in the T20 format, for the bowlers to try and work things out if they keep having to change to the different right and left-handers, and particularly when he's so good at doing what he does. Because you also look at him sometimes and he plays those soft hands, you think, oh, well, he's not really got any power. The next thing he's running at you and whacks it straight over your head, and it goes a fair distance. So he sometimes can deceive as how strong and powerful he can be.
He showed today. I think he just got starved of the strike towards the end. Otherwise, he fully deserved his 100. Wasn't to be today, but really was the star of this Chennai batting effort. Let's have a look at the bowling effort where Delhi is concerned. And it was strange because Delhi had 2 bowlers who looked like they were bowling on a different pitch to different batters, and that's Khalil and Aksar. If you look at their 7 overs have gone for about 51 odd. But everybody else, the other 13, have gone for 160 almost, Moni. So they really picked their bowlers today. They picked their deliveries. They knew what they were doing, and they just started to go after them. And Rishabh Pant, again, sometimes if he goes onto the back foot, the bowling changes sometimes tend to become reactive more than proactive.
Yeah, I think he's learning as a captain that, you know, you have to be ahead of the game, and he does react, which is one thing that you can learn from. In his captaincy throughout this year's IPL. I mean, Shaun Pollock Gaurav he's just missing his length. Yeah. You know, he's just bowling it into the slot to do, but it was just there to be smashed. I mean, it wasn't even straight. It reduced the kind of width in terms of getting his arms free of his body. But, yeah, he's just not got it right. They've attacked Kuldeep, and they've attacked him nicely with some good shots. I didn't think he bowled too many bad balls. He just got hit nicely. And it's a good pitch. I mean, it does look a good surface. It looks like you can hit down the ground nice. That's always, for me, an indicator. When the ball's going down the ground, it clearly is coming onto the bat quite nicely. So I think the score's a very good one. But you would say about par's around 190, 195, 200. So they've got just beyond par. So it's chaseable. But someone's going to have to do the Conway or the convoy. Someone's going to the convoy for Delhi, because clearly you don't chase down that number without someone getting a substantial score themselves.
By the way, Polly, I don't know if you noticed Vaughan's humor there, because I said convoy, and then after that, Vaughan said that, he seems very driven. Hashtag, we see what you did there.
Snuck it in.
All right, for Delhi, though, they've got the big hitters. But today, just the big hitting won't do. They need to have one guy who, like Conway, kind of just stays there, is the super glue of the batting effort, much like what Faf did this morning for Bangalore. One of them has to do that. And in the last game, Polly, we noticed that Warner did that. Fairly motivated against Hyderabad he was. He's your kind of shoe-in as a candidate to kind of do that, the most experience in that batting lineup, because they've got some big hitters down till number 8.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in good form as well. I mean, what are we going to get from Bharat? I suppose that's the key. And maybe that's what David Warner will gauge. If Bharat gets off to a fast start, then he will maybe look to just anchor things slightly. Not that he really anchors. He always plays aggressively and puts the bad ball away anyway. So his scoring rate's pretty good. Marsh has been very aggressive, and maybe he needs to taper that down a little bit, because you've got Pant and Powell who've got massive power at the back end. I think it's all about a good start for them. That would be vitally key. But there's one thing for sure, they can't con their way through this innings. They're going to have to play properly.
Hey, see what you did there. Nice. Nice. Look at it. We're just the way we're littering the puns and the dad jokes today is just out of control. We're just kind of just throwing them. Just throwing them out of there. All right. As far as the bowlers are concerned for Chennai, MS Dhoni loves having options in his pocket, and he likes to litter those around as well. You just never know who's going to come at you when we look at their 11, because they got a couple of changes as well. One of his key bowlers, at least when it comes to choking a batting effort, is Dwayne Bravo, and he's there today. But the surface going to do anything for the slower bowlers today, Voni, from what you've seen? Because he's got, Shivam Dube, he's got Moeen Ali, he's got Mahesh Theekshana. Do you think it'll do something for them?
Yeah, I mean, Mahesh Theekshana, I think we might see him potentially do what we saw in the afternoon, Hasaranga, because he's got the ability to go either way, and they're obviously going to have to come at him. They can't just see him out and say, we're going to knock him for 24, 28. They'll have to take a huge amount of risk against all the bowlers. So it wouldn't be surprised him from me if the mystery spinner picks up 2 or 3 wickets on a chase like this. Bravo's a massive addition, and it was the right Dwayne that you talked about at the start. You thought it was going to be the other Dwayne, then it was back to this Dwayne, and now it is this Dwayne. Yeah. He's a key. He's always a key. He's got great variations, and he's got that great mentality of liking the stage and liking the bat coming at him. So I think it's going to be too many for Delhi. I think it's such a big chase. I just think they've got too many.
All right. We got it, of course, woefully wrong. I got something wrong today, which is it's a Sunday, it's God's day of rest. So I can get it wrong sometimes. But we're going to go with a power play prediction now. Let's do it. Who goes first? Polly, come on.
Okay, 49. It's got to be 49.
You just see, this is, what Polly's going for? He's going for even a broken watch is correct twice a day. So he just stays at 49.
Yeah. 57. I'm going high. 57.
I'm going to park myself right in the middle then. I'm going to say 53. That's my guess. 53. So we got 49, 53, and 57. In case all of you around the world watching have your power play prediction, send it to us. Hashtag Cricbuzz Live. And if you get it right, we're going to send you a little gift. I don't know what it is, but it will be something from the stash lying behind Michael Vaughan in the frame. He doesn't know this, but it's committed now. So his Ginians have no choice but to come good on that. All right, we're going to see you at the end of the 10th over with the Combox update. It's a big chase for Delhi, but if they get it done, it's going to be quite entertaining. Thank you to Michael Vaughan and Shaun Pollock. I'm Gaurav Kapur, and this was Cricbuzz Live.